What's going on, everybody? KSA Kris here, Real Estate Blitz. Want to do a quick video, and it's on one of my favorite subjects. I think I've only done one video on it, though. It's on purple bricks. So there's Kim back there laughing. Yeah, it's on purple bricks. So let's talk about purple bricks. Now, I did do something a while back, talking about the death of the real estate agent, and going deeper into market disruption, what's happening, and kind of some of my predictions. Some of my predictions came true. Some of them didn't. But I think it's interesting because here it is. I've done a little bit of research on purple bricks. I'm following up with some other things that I did. So first off, let me back up. What happened? Purple Bricks, they did really well in the UK. They moved into Australia about two and a half years ago, somewhere around there. They were doing well, and then they decided to do a quick expansion into the US, thinking that they could come here and just replicate it and become basically a disruptor. Uh, they aren't the only group or people that are trying to disrupt the market. I think one of the most interesting ones that I've seen, and I think is funny for real estate agents, is Zillow, because real estate agents are literally paying Zillow to screw them. But that's and it's not my opinion. That's a freaking truth. It's a truth, and they're open about it. They're like, hey, keep paying us. We'll give you leads. You might break even or you might make a profit. And we're going to take all the money that you're paying us to do this because now we're the de facto standard and we're going to do everything we can to put you out of the job. Like they just don't care. But agents keep paying them. It's funny to me. So anyway, so there's other disruptors that are in the market. Purple Bricks came over, and I think they were getting a lot of press. There's other ones as well, but Purple Bricks get a lot of press because they had so much success. They're one of the few disruptors that actually had the full Monty when it came to start to finish, how to come in and provide a discounted service, basically a flat fee service, which isn't completely true either. So they say we're going to give you a flat fee. You're going to pay us whether you're going to pay the flat fee whether we close the house or we don't close the house. Either way, you're gonna pay us. But then there's a whole bunch of other hidden fees that are in there. You really don't make out all that well, but people were buying into it. And most of the time, the people that were buying into it, the majority that I've seen, they were the people that were doing a lot of the for sale by owner stuff, anyways, and they were minimizing what an agent does, a full time real estate agent, what a good full time real estate agent does in order to get a home sold. And they were minimizing it. So, it is what it is. Now, I'm going to start off with something that I read. This was actually from Brandon Burdick. Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate it. But he actually posted up something I thought was really, really cool. It says Ford's theory is real. You incentivize quality people with higher pay, and the results come. Here is a death of a discount real estate service. No one brags about how cheap their doctor is or their lawyer is. Not if you want to win. Our public has been conned into thinking that real estate sales is much simpler and easy to handle than it really is. In reality, the contract is dense and confusing. The markets are always changing. The politics are real. And also, it takes a full time employee to sell your home while you work. Always qualify and hire the right realtor to list your home. The longer time on the market, the lower the value is not theory but law. You make money when you buy a home for the right deal at the right time in the right location. You share a little money when you sell, but the right professionals can earn their fee. So I thought that was an interesting take on all this. So let's back up. Why did Purple Brick move out? They were taking a massive freaking loss. You're talking about a 75% loss in the stock market. They were getting their teeth kicked in because they're claiming that they expanded too quickly. They don't have the management or the ability to manage appropriately what they were trying to build in the U.S. They actually ended up pulling out of Australia, and shortly after Australia, they were pulling out of the U.S. They should be out by the end of 2019. Um, I just think it's freaking interesting because they came in like a freaking wrecking ball, and I've had to annihilate the objection on multiple appointments. I think three total appointments now. Well, we were thinking about going with Purple Brick, and for me, it wasn't that hard of an objection to annihilate because I just basically turned around and said, I bet you this is what you've heard when you sat down with Purple Brick or you met somebody. Let's just walk right down it. I'm going to put it out there on the table. And now let's start talking about what's important to you in a real estate agent, or what's important to you in order to get your house sold. You keep saying money, money, money. You want to make more money. And when you look at what they're going to provide and what we provide, do you deeply believe that a company that is online based, that has a fee agent, right, that has no incentives to actually do anything extra, that has no incentives to actually work or report to you? And I've actually had people leave Purple Brick. And what's the other one that I had? Redfin. Redfin's another great example. I've had them leave them after working with them and come to us and be willing to pay us anything that we asked because of what we provide and how we get it done. Um, I have to agree with Brandon when it comes down to look. I when I need a good lawyer, um, I you're going to pay for it, and you're going to get pretty much what you pay for. If you can't afford a good lawyer, and this happens as well sometimes, you can't afford a good real estate agent. You take a cut rate agent, you're going to get a cut rate job. It could be wrong. I've had people try to argue with me on this. I had one agent say, "Well, I always do it for 1%, and I always do a great job." I says, "Great, good for you." But you're trying to compare what I charge to what you're charge, and if you really want to, let's do it real quick. Let's walk through the math. And as I start walking through the math and I tell them what we do and what we provide and how we do it, when I talk about the inventory that we carry and the amount of clients that we work with, along with our staff and our personal overhead, when we start talking about the overall product and service that we're providing, you're not they just aren't competing. So yeah, I guess go work for Redfin. And I've actually seen that a lot of the agents that can't cut it. And here's the thing: somebody might be watching this like, well, I'm a Redfin agent, I'm offended. I don't care because turns out it's my YouTube channel. So leave a crappy comment. But the reality is, I haven't met a good Redfin agent yet, and usually they couldn't survive out in the freaking real world as a good agent to begin with, and that's why they ended up at freaking Redfin. Had a job. It's a job. So I don't know. Uh, Not gonna miss Purple Brick. I do I believe in the original video I said I did a video a while back and I talked about the death of the real estate agent. I still deeply believe that's going to happen. Somebody will crack the code and they will find a way to disrupt what's going on. When you look at the model as far as how consumers consume content, information, and make their decisions, it's changing. It's changing heavily, and I think we're already seeing it with a lot of the older agents that don't understand technology. They're going way of the dodo, or they're trying to join teams, and they're very difficult to coach, teach, or mentor in order to bring to a more modern standard. And it's unfortunate and sad. And it's very hard for older agents that are lost on the technology and to compete. If you look at how people are consuming content and information and how they're making decisions, especially looking at the next generation, millennials coming up becoming the biggest purchasers and sellers, um, there will be disruption. It's just a matter of time. And I've said it before, the big reason why, when I made this prediction, that's the big reason why I started creating the Real Estate Blitz. I deeply believe that real estate agents need to step up their game in order to help us survive, if we survive, as an industry in our present set. Agents do not provide enough value for what they're charging, and it gives opportunity for people like Purple Bricks and Redfin and all these other companies to come in and basically steal our business from them and providing way less. Because I always come back to it. What's the number one rule in real estate? The number one rule in real estate is people are going to pick the first or second agent that they've been exposed to. When everywhere they open, look, or see, and they're looking to get a good deal, they're trying to save money. Look, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 give to an agent. It's a lot of money. It could be $3,000. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to people. And if they can find a way to keep more of their money, they're going to do the best that they can to do that. If they're used to agents sucking and they've been exposed to this organization that says we provide all the same stuff agents do, and we'll do it at a flat fee, they're going to, a lot of people are going to run towards that fire because they genuinely don't know any better, and they've been exposed to it because these bigger companies that are out on the stock market have expendable cash. If you look at how Amazon really took off, because of the investment in the overall stock, they have a ton of expendable cash to invest, reinvest, and explore what could or could not work in order to produce a profit because they have expendable money. The average agent doesn't. The average agent can't be on TV. The average agent can't be on every freaking commercial. The average agent can't be all over the news. The average agent can't disrupt the media in such a way that it will get them free exposure. It's a truth. So if that's a truth and that's what you're competing against, how are they going to know what's being offered to them is good or bad? Especially when the de facto standard is agents suck. Agents are used car salesmen. Agents don't know what the hell they're doing. Agents are overpaid. Agents are arrogant. That's the big reason why I want to start the Real Estate Blitz, to maybe help. The only way that I knew how, is to just put it out there and see if I can help people. And since I've started the Blitz, it's helped a lot of people, and I appreciate it. So, anyways, I want to talk about Purple Bricks. I would give warning, it ain't over. Maybe for Purple Bricks, but this model is not going away. It's not going to disappear. And the only way for us to survive in the future of real estate is to actually step up our game. So that's all I got today. Appreciate it. And talk at you later. All right. Bye.